So today we're going to talk about extended length conditioning, and this is a 5-part series. 3 of the parts I'm going to demonstrate 3 different exercises for the same muscle group to deepen your understanding of how it works. Today I'm going to talk about how to use the technique, and the 5th session I'm going to talk about how to apply the technique. So extended length conditioning is taking the muscle from the full stretch and moving it from there. Okay, so for example, I'm here, I stretch my chest, and I move it from there. Now, this doesn't seem like anything because most people do flies, and this is a normal movement. However, if a person had a really tight pectoralis muscles and they were here, then moving from here would be a challenge. Same way, this is a challenge for hip flexors, adductors, glutes, hamstrings, and other muscles that are not used to certain range of motion. So stiff leg deadlift is an extended length conditioning exercise for the posterior chain, here primarily for the hamstrings. Now, extended length conditioning has to be applied properly. The goal of extended length conditioning, of course, is to strengthen the muscles in deep range, but also to get the body to remember that deep range. So if you don't stretch before, if you don't develop that range of motion right before, and you do the extended length conditioning exercises, you're not getting the body to remember a deeper range of motion, you're getting the body to remember a standard range of motion. So for example, let's use my chest one more time here. So I'm doing this. This is how tight my chest is. I can't go here, okay? So I started with the flies. Let's say I have 2 cables, and I'm doing this, okay? I'm doing this. What am I teaching my body? Well, you go from here to here with 4s, okay? This is your normal range of motion. If I'm here, but I do Zaichik stretching techniques or any other stretching techniques, and I get here, and now I start going from here, okay? I'm teaching my body, well, this is your normal range, but now this has become normal range too, okay? As I get more flexible, I stretch out to here, this becomes my normal range, okay? This applies to anything. However, extended length conditioning focuses on the muscles that are being stretched. If I do a reverse fly, let's say I have 2 cables and I pull them out this way, and I'm working the back of my shoulders, well, in that case, I'm not really working the muscles that are being stretched to allow for that range, which is my chest, and that's a different thing. So if you take nothing else out of this, take the fact that extended length conditioning should be used after you have developed a new range. In the next 3 videos, we're going to show 3 different extended length conditioning techniques for the hamstrings. And then in the last video, which is the 5th, we're going to talk about how to apply it to a program. Thank you for watching. I'm Paul Zaichik, and this is EasyFlexibility.
The turnout, I did that one time, and my turnout was perfect.
Feels like a much smarter way of stretching, and I feel overall much healthier, and I feel like my body is just more capable and prepared.
I could really see an improvement, even though that I didn't feel like I did anything.
My main goal for a while was the middle splits. I wanted to get a 180. So I was stuck in the same basically degree for 2 years. I could not progress. I kept working on it, it took me an hour to even get to my furthest point. And I was like, so I had bought different programs, and they all promise, oh, you're gonna, you'll get your splits, you'll get this, backbending. Well, I mean, I'm a backbender, so I didn't have a problem with backbending too much, even though EasyFlexibility took me further than I'd ever been. So my goal was the middle splits. When I was on Facebook and I kept seeing the EasyFlexibility, posts come up, and I was skeptical. I was like, oh man, I have this program and this program and this program, and I haven't ever progressed. Do I want to spend another $40 on another program, And so I was on YouTube, and I saw Paul doing some little thing. He said, try this exercise. It was one little exercise. I did it, and I thought, wow, I actually progressed in like 2 minutes. I was like, what is that? So I jumped in. I said, I'm buying the middle splits program.
So I said, why not? The videos are relatively affordable. So I downloaded the Développé à la seconde video, and I really loved it. I really enjoyed it. It actually gave me a really great understanding of my body. I was getting very frustrated because even though we redid the MRI and it was healed, I was not happy with the way I was dancing. I was not happy with the way I was feeling in life. And then I started doing the attitude and arabesque, and I came back to class 3 weeks later, and I haven't had hip pain since.
It would be amazing, actually, for them to feel it faster, and also that they can, because we integrate instrument not only the dance portion, also the fitness portion, so they can do some fitness steps.
Definitely isolating each muscle and feeling like you know, not necessarily the scientific name of each muscle, but knowing in your body that you're that you can feel that you're preparing a certain area before you attempt a final movement. So yeah, just really going deeper into one specific area and going into areas that you've never felt before, that you've never gone into before, or that you've never, that have areas that you think, oh, and some of the preparation stretches before the final bigger stretches, they just feel so nice because you're really going into one area. You just think, oh, this feels so nice. Like, one example is often after training on the pole, I feel that I'm a little rounded in my shoulders because they're tight and they're sore, and my body's recovering now. So going into some of the shoulder stuff and the way you stretch your shoulder blades and things, it really feels like it opens me back up again. So which feels really lovely. It feels like you're kind of helping your posture. Yeah, so I love that.
Is very supportive of me using this. My flexibility results were great. They happen extremely fast. And then the conditioning part actually is the one that's hardest for me and is the one that is more personally enlightening, because although I can now sit in my metal splits very comfortably,
being a yoga teacher, flow to me is very important. And I found that the dynamic flow of the program, of the stretching program, worked so well. My legs were like butter by the time it was time to stretch into the splits, or like give it a try and ease into it. The way that it was laid out.
The reason why I find the EasyFlexibility program important for me, related to my ballroom dancing career, is that we use our bodies every day, and if I want to be in this for the long haul, another 2, 3, 4 decades, I need to take very good care of my body, and I need to keep it very well conditioned. And the EasyFlexibility program definitely does that for me.
What I found was the big difference is that I didn't really feel like I was doing anything with the EasyFlexibility program. I was not sweating, it was not tough. I could just do it and go back to my sofa 10 minutes later after I've done it. But I could really see an improvement, even though that I didn't feel like I did anything. Where other flexibility classes, sometimes I could have so much back pain from it that I couldn't do anything for a month and had to relax because I just pushed myself way too far.